Alright, Shalom. First off, most I praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, Bashem Rakah Akodash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS and all you brothers within the highways and the byways that do the work of the Most High in sincerity and in truth. Shalom. Alright, this article come out July 19, 2018 by The Guardian. The title is "The Cashless Society is a Con and Big Finance is Behind It" by Brett Scott. Now, when you hear cashless society, only one thing comes to your mind, that is digital currency. This is just another push towards the RFID chip. It's just an article. You have hundreds of articles out there where I show you the push, where the so-called elite are push right now to go directly to the mark of the chip. So people who know about cryptocurrency, blockchain, all of that, so all of them things is just a push towards the RFID chip, because that are the end all be all. So I mean, we're just going to go into the article here for sure the banks them where them are right now. Because even in Jamaica, you have the government, you have certain business, for example, Grace Kennedy, them a push for a thing called a mobile wallet, where you don't use cash none at all to make purchases. You have other companies a push for the mobile wallet, even for transfer money at some what you call that thing there? Remittance company is in a push for the mobile wallet. Some of us are go through the article here for show you where most of the banks are doing in America right now. Alright, the title, The Cashless Society is a Con and Big Finance is Behind It. It's a banks are closing ATMs and branches in an attempt to nudge users towards digital services, and it's all for their own benefit. So hey, you have to start use maybe your phone. Them start off with the phone. Most places in America right now, them use phone. Swipe and go. So them want to get out cash altogether, because the thing is with cash, you cannot track down the use of cash. When you have cash and you use cash, you can use cash anywhere. And without a print being left to know that hey, John Brown went to that supermarket and buy that with cash. But when you have mobile digital currency and you go to a supermarket or wherever and use that money, it leaves a print. So basically you're going to have a digital footprint per se on you. And one more thing, when you have cash, you can't have a run on the bank. If there's an economic collapse, you can't have a run on the bank. And this happened a couple of times. You cannot have a run on the bank when you have digital money. The banks can shut down your money, or the government can shut down your money, but you cannot have a run on the bank to get back your money, because if everybody go to the bank one time to get back their money, that money is not there. But as I say, all of these moves, all of these steps, for the digital currency is moving towards the RFID microchip. At the end of the day, that is the reason why these moves are put into place, why these banks are closing point-of-sale machine, not point-of-sale machines, so like the ATMs. So you cannot get cash to use. They are encouraging you to go digital. Because at the end of the day, that is the goal, to go digital, so you can make whatever transaction through you want through the RFID chip. Alright, I'm going to the article. It says all over the Western world banks are shutting down cash machines and branches. They are trying to push you into using their digital payment and digital banking infrastructure. Just like Google wants everyone to access and navigate the broader internet via its privately controlled search portal, so financial institutions want everyone to access and navigate broader economic through their systems. Another aim is to cut costs in order to boost profit. Branches require staff replacement. Hey, so enough people are working at banks are gonna lose them job. Even at banks them know. When you go in at the banks them know in Jamaica, them a push it towards the ATM, because whatever the teller them used to do online out here in Jamaica, in the banks out here in Jamaica, the machine is doing the same thing now. So when you go to the teller certain transaction, they're saying you can use the ATM. So people are going to lose, people are working at bank, do certain work are going to lose them job. It's replacing them with standardized self-service apps allows the senior managers of financial institutions to directly control and monitor interactions with customers. It's a banks, of course, tells us a different story about why they do this. I recently got a letter from my bank telling me that they are shutting down local branches because customers are turning to digital. No, customers are turning to digital. They must force digital on customers, and make it seems easier and better. And at the end of the day, everything is leading to the RFID microchip. And we know this. We'll jump to a scripture real quick. You can't really do nothing without the scripture, because the scripture is practical. This is 2 Corinthians 2 verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And when a Satan major device, we might go pull from him ass. Well, the law, you can call it the last magic trick we might pull from the app is the RFID microchip. Everything is working towards the RFID microchip. Sustainable development, Vision 2020, Vision 2030, all these things are leading to the RFID microchip. Blockchain, Bitcoin, everything is going digital towards the RFID microchip. So basically you never can do nothing at all if you don't have this chip. You never can buy, you never can sell, as the scripture says. Let me go into that scripture real quick. Because one thing I use money for do, to buy stuff. And if there is no paper money, only the RFID chip, or are you going to buy? You have to get the chip. And getting the chip come with a cost. This is Revelation. Revelation 13 verse 16. And it causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the number of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. The 666 when I go into the Greek is chi-size stigma. When you go into the stigma, it means a mark, but stamp or tattoo imprinted mark. The root word for stigma is grapho, which means the written information. Now the root word for stigma is karax, which means a peel or a stake. And the root word for karax is grapho, which means a written or written information. So all of that just describe the chip. The chi-size stigma, the stigma, the last 6, which is stigma. It just got deep. If you go into the root words for that word itself, it tells you exactly what it is. Zin, it tell you them are going to make a mark up on your skin. Zin, the root word is Charax, which means a peel or stake, which is a syringe where them are going to use to shoot down the chip in your hand. Zin, and that chip is going to have what? Information, which is the root word for Charax is grapho. Zin. Alright. Let me just jump to this because, as I said before, there are consequences in accepting the chip. Zin, because it is going to be mandatory at some point. Zin, this is Revelation 14 verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, or receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, Zin, and the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb. As the message, you're going to get burned by thermonuclear fire if you accept the chip, because guess what? As I said, it is going to be mandatory at some point. Zin, let us go back into the article. It said, and they are thus responding to the change in customer preferences. I am one of the customers they are referring to, but I never asked them to shut down the branches. There is a feedback looping going on here. In closing down their branches or withdrawing their cash machines, they make it harder for me to use those services. They make it harder for you to use cash. As in order for use cash, you have to get it. So guess what? Harder out of chaos. So when them take away the cash machine, them take away the cash, it will become very difficult. And most people are jump on the digital bandwagon because it makes things easier. But the aim is not to make things easier for you. The aim is to bring in the RFID microchip. He said they make it harder for me to use those services. I am much more likely to choose a digital option if the banks deliberately make it harder for me to choose a non-digital option. Exactly. And that is perfect. So they bring in the chaos, which is them take away the cash machine, we mean make it very difficult. For you, then they bring something, introduce something else, which is the digital services where them offer. It's in behavioral economics, this is referred to as nudging. So basically, them are nudging, them are push you. And it going on nudging. Here it's internet. I can't go into that. You say if a powerful institution wants to make people choose a certain thing, the best strategy is to make it difficult to choose the alternative. He said we can illustrate this with the example of self-checkout tills at supermarkets. The underlying agenda is to replace checkout staff with self-service machine to cut costs. But supermarkets have to convince their customers they thus initially represents self-checkout as convenient alternative. Yes, because the last time we went away, I go into a supermarket in America. And when I go up to the person go up to the cash to get the thing them check and pay for, I say she put them the money in a machine. I say yeah. And the same thing come to my mind is this RFID commercial when this brother went into a convenience store, pick up some juice, put into him jacket. Then him walk out, and when him walk out, a sound make. The machine make a sound. And then the security guard I walk down to him like him, I go arrest him like him commit a crime. Then him just take out a receipt and give the man. Because him just walk in and the RFID chip is being scanned that was placed in his hand. So all of these places in like supermarkets and stuff like those, I'm gonna replace them with RFID chips because you have to have a chip. In the coming future, you have to have a chip to make purchase. It said they thus initially represent self-checkout as convenience alternative. When some people then use that alternative, the supermarket can cite that as evidence of a change in customer behavior, which they use to justify a reduction in checkout employees. Then some people, this are also going to lose them job. They said this in turn makes it more inconvenient to use the checkout staff, which in turn makes customers more likely to use the machines. They slowly wean you off staff and nudge you towards self-services. It's a financial institution likewise are trying to nudge us towards a cashless society and digital banking. The true motive is corporate profit. No, that is not the true motive. The true motive is to go towards a RFID microchip. The true motive is, based upon this writer, is corporate profit. Payment companies such as Visa and MasterCard want to increase the volume of digital payment services they sell. While banks want to cut costs, the nudge requires two parts. First, they must increase the inconvenience of cash, which is the chaos, ATMs and branches. Second, they must vigorously promote the alternative, which is the order. Because this is how them wanna build up them thing, this is how them do them thing. Them do them thing order out of chaos. They create the chaos, then them bring in something. And you say, alright, then I need for use it, I need for buy stuff, I need for purchase food. So and this them give me, and this them offer me. Because them not offer cash no more. So I have to guess what? I have to accept whatever them give. Is that they seek to make people learn that they want digital and then choose it. Them force digital upon you and then you have to take it, basically. We can learn from the Marxist philosophy. Antonio Gramsci in this regard, his concept of hegemony referred to the way in which powerful parties conduct the culture and economic environment in such a way that their interests begin to be perceived as natural and inevitable by the general public. Nobody was on the street shouting for digital payment 20 years ago, but increasingly it seems obvious and natural that it should take over. That belief does not come from nowhere. It is the direct result of a hegemonic project and part of the financial institution. We can also learn from Louis Althusser's concept of interpolations. The basic idea is that you can get people to internalize beliefs by addressing them as if they already had those beliefs. So people might think that they want this digital system, this cashless system, because the banks is giving them, because the banks take away the cash. In the first choice, make it difficult, then them give them something else. So people might think that them want. So people can think that them want because they don't really know the real agenda behind it. Yeah, it's that 20 years ago, nobody believed that cash was inconvenient. But every time I walk into London Underground, I see adverts that addresses me as if I was a person who finds cash inconvenient. Basically, them start program people. By the TV program, by adverts, posters, billboards, make cash seems inconvenient. So you're going to want something that is convenient. Sooner or later, you have it in your subliminal mind, say, yo, cash is not good. It's about every time I walk into London Underground, I see adverts that address me as if I was a person who finds cash inconvenient. The objective is to reverse engineer a belief within me that it is inconvenient, that cashlessness is in my interest. But a cashless society is not in your interest. It is the interest of banks and payments companies. No, it is the interest of the elites. It is the interest of the New World Order, because that is where everything is going. Right? It's that their job is to make you believe that it is in your interest too, and they are succeeding in that. It's the recent visa chaos, during which millions of people who have become dependent on digital payment suddenly found themselves stranded when the monopolistic payment network crashed. It was a temporary setback. Digital systems may be convenient, but they often come with central point of failure. This is why they come in with the blockchain. Yeah, this is the reason why they're coming with blockchain. So they're going to force all transaction to go through the blockchain. Then the blockchain, which is a digital ledger, basically, where all parties can see whatever transaction each party does. So basically you cannot tamper with the blockchain. Then, and the blockchain is set up by the elite. I don't care what anybody say. They not no unknown person, which is Nagamoto or whatever him want name in Tokyo, wherever I'm come from. They are Chinese or Japanese. I don't care where in Asia I'm come from. This blockchain was set up by the elite. Then, it's a digital system may be convenient, but they often come as central points of failure. Cash, on the other hand, does not crash. It does not rely on external data centers and is not subject to remote control or remote monitoring. The cash system allows for an unmonitored off the grid space, right? Because I can't really track down cash. I can't know if me go run the corner go buy a bread. You can't really know that. But if the money is digital, then you can know that I went around the corner to buy a bread, because everything is going to be recorded online. See? So this is also the reason why financial institution and financial technology companies want to get rid of it. Cash transactions are outside the net that such institution cost to harvest fees and data. A cashless society brings dangers. People without bank accounts will find themselves further marginalized. Because in Jamaica you have a thing called informal group. You see, and that is 60% of Jamaica economy. You see, these people are really the inner the system. Them not register in the system, they use bank. See, and there's someone who selling thing on the corner. See, and them cash just a flow, there is no charges to them. So can you imagine them get all of them charges from these people when them introduce them to these things? Because I'm going to introduce them to mobile wallet. You see? You see, a cashless society brings dangers. People without bank accounts will find themselves further marginalized, disenfranchised from the cash infrastructure that previously supports them. They are also poorly understood psychological implications about cash. Encouraging self-control while paying by card or mobile phone can encourage spending, and a cashless society has major surveillance implications. He said, despite this, we see an alignment between government and financial institutions, and the Treasury recently held a public consultation on cash and digital payment in the new economy. It presents itself as an attempting to strike a balance, noting that cash was still important, but years of subtle lobbying by the financial industries have clearly paid off. The call for evidence reportedly notes that the negative elements of cash, associating it with crime and tax evasion, but barely mentioning the negative implication of digital payment. And one of the major implication of digital payment is that it is going to go into the RFID chip, and the RFID chip, it is going to be mandatory, and that RFID chip is the mark of the beast. See, and if you accept that RFID chip any at all, you're going to get burned by thermonuclear fire. You're going to get jacked up by the Most High. Right? It's about barely mentions the negative implication of digital payments. The UK government has chosen to champion the digital financial services industry. This is irresponsible and disingenuous. We need to stop accepting stories about the cashless society and hyper-digital banking being natural progress. We must recognize every cash machine that is shut down as another step in financial institution campaign to nudge you into their digital enclosure, which is the RFID microchip. See, and you have to know this, because guess what? That is where everything is going. That is every step that is being taken now towards this digital currency, this cashless society, is towards the RFID microchip. And trust me, based upon how everything I go right now, Zane, the elite upon overdrive. Zane, so hope this video was edifying, Zane, to the brothers and elect sisters out there who is watching. Zane, Mwasio, Shalom.